Introducing the roster of characters in our game. Each one of them has unique abilities and personalities. Ready to engage players in thrilling adventures and epic battles? Here's the breakdown of all the 16 characters. They are ranked according to their power, versatility, and overall impact on the gameplay experience.
Panda. He's a brawler, slower than Yuji and Magi, but hits harder with armored moves highlighted by a yellow glow. Panda's unique strength lies in his ability to transform into gorilla mode. While in this form, he's fully protected, but his curse meter drains quickly. Toge. Toge's cursed speech packs a punch, but it comes with a downside: it dries up his throat. He's got a throat meter on his portrait, showing how much juice he has left. When it's full, his cursed speech is quick and powerful, but when it runs out, his attacks slow down, and he starts hurting himself because of his dry throat. Luckily, he can refill his throat meter by drinking his own medicine. Hanami. Hanami relies on nature's power for strong, grounded attacks. In a game where players can jump high and stay in the air for a while, eventually, they'll have to land, and that's when Hanami's big strikes hit. They can also place flower turrets that shoot seeds from afar, adding strategy. Ghetto. Just like in the show, Ghetto employs cursed spirits for combat. Some attacks, like centipedes, are swift, while others, such as a special curse summoning a pillar of light, take longer to execute. Gojo. Todo stands out as a melee character with a unique ability that sets him apart on the battlefield. Utilizing his signature technique, the Boogie Woogie, he can swiftly close the gap between himself and his opponents with unparalleled speed. Inspired by his portrayal in the show, Todo showcases his agility by simply clapping his hands seamlessly, swapping places with his target in an instant. Yuta. Yuta is a towering figure on the battlefield, resembling a powerful carry, poised to lead his team to victory. His strength isn't just a trait, it's a strategic advantage woven into the game's fabric. As the fight progresses, he grows stronger with each blow, fueled by the damage his ally absorbs. Magi doesn't have any cursed energy, but her meter works very similar despite being a different color. She's mostly a melee character, and has a big focus on defense and combos. Magi can spin in place, completely evading attacks. You can see that she's invulnerable during this period thanks to the white shine around the character, but doing this will cost you meter. It's not the same as the game's universal dodge mechanic. This is much faster, and the invulnerability lasts for a pretty long time. Itadori Yuji. This will be an easy to learn and pick up character. He is a melee specialist who just wants to get in close and deal damage. His curse meter bar is smaller than most characters, which might sound like a bad thing, but that means that he reaches that level 3 faster than most, and that allows him to unleash a devastating black flash attack whenever he hits the curse technique button or even his ultimate. Jogo. Jogo is a very mobile range character. His attacks are mostly projectiles, but you'll see him flipping and shooting them out, which is going to make it really hard to catch him. On top of it, Jogo can place traps on the ground in the form of volcanoes that will periodically deal damage, and last but not least, he has a true domain expansion. Once his meter is full, he can change the entire stage, making it his own domain, greatly enhancing his own curse techniques for as long as the domain lasts. Hanami. Hanami has two big gimmicks in this game. The 7x3 ratio and overtime, starting with the ratio in this game. It is represented by timing. Whenever you unleash an Hanami curse technique, you will see this meter pop up. When it lines up with the other meter, you need to press the button again to get a critical attack. The damage difference is actually very significant if you hit it with the right timing, and that's something you'll have to do during the entire match, but towards the end, Hanami will also get stronger, passively when there's only 1 minute remaining in the game. Mahito. Mahito brings his own idol transfiguration in several different ways. First of all, he's able to deal damage with his normal attacks, which also build curse meter. Usually, in this game you have to choose whether you want to build curse meter with normal attacks or use curse techniques to deal damage, but in Mahito's case his normal attacks will also deal a little bit of damage, which means he can get ahead while building his own curse meter, and secondly, he can deploy transfigured humans.
Izo and Kichizo, a 2-in-1 character. His normal attacks are melee range, but his curse technique includes some very long-range moves that can apply rot to their target. This rot can build up sort of like a poison, and deal damage over time. Along with that, Izo can freely control Kichizo, sending him over to attack and retreat as he pleases. Kichizo himself can also be the one to apply the debuff. If this rot debuff fills up that bar underneath your health, the damage over time is actually very significant. Megumi. From the very start of the match, he can summon the owl or the wolf starting on level 2 cursed energy. You can find an icon for each one of them, right next to Megumi's portrait. Summoning the Shikigami is free, but they will slowly drain your cursed meter once they are out. You can also spend a good chunk of cursed meter when you use them for certain attacks. There is one more Shikigami. It is the frog, which is just a part of his normal moveset. The frog doesn't really follow the same rules that the other ones do. However, a really cool thing about Megumi is how his entire moveset changes depending on the creature you've summoned. Nagura. She is a ranged character. Her basic string of attacks attaches a nail to the opponent. You can see the nail icon next to her health bar. Afterwards she can detonate it by snapping her fingers. Nagura can do this right away, or she can stack up to 3 nails, dealing even more damage whenever she wants. Sukuna. He can handle himself from melee to long range, but if you're on his team, watch out, as Sukuna's attacks will hit everyone including his allies. Sukuna also has a counterattack where he will take some damage from his opponent but immediately regenerate that missing health. He can also recover health in other ways. Gojo. He has an interesting play style. In this game, he can play either close or long range as the strongest sorcerer. He doesn't really care where the battle takes him, but to unleash his strongest attacks he needs to charge them up for a while. So if he's shooting off the red, he'll first charge it up and then unleash it. If you attack him while he's charging it up, he can be interrupted. So if you're playing against Gojo, make sure you don't let him just do whatever he wants. Do you agree with the rankings? Comment down below and let us know your thoughts.